by Israel and blamed Hamas for what's happened, for choosing refusal and war.
Yolande Nell in Jerusalem. Saeed Shehata from BBC Arabic is with me in the studio. Saeed, a Hamas official says that it's working with mediators to curb, in its words, Israel's aggression. What does that mean? Are talks still going on to stop this spiralling further?
There are talks because Hamas delegation is in Egypt and with Israeli delegation and with talks with Steve Witkoff before this what happened earlier today. So is a hope not to escalate what's happening today to a war, because there is pressure on Mr. Netanyahu from part of his government to not to move to the second stage and carry on fighting. And even there is some opinion, some like people in Israel also saying every day we don't fight Hamas will pose a threat for us. So still in the mood of some Israeli aligned with Mr. Netanyahu. But the other side, the hostages families asking Mr. Netanyahu for urgent meeting and stopping these strikes, because this will affect the hostages in Gaza held by Hamas. Because one of the leaders of Hamas, Izzat al-Rashq, said Mr. Netanyahu sacrifices the lives of the hostages because of this airstrike, so it needs to be stopped. So Hamas trying, the mediators will try, because it's the only hope not to escalate, because if it's escalated, it's very hard. Because if you remember, when the first truce happened in November in 2023, it lasted for a week, then it was stopped for another about 14 months. So it took a time because we lost the momentum. So if we lose the momentum of the ceasefire, which was signed 19th of January, it will be a missed opportunity, and it will be having an impact on instability in the region, on the future of people in Gaza, because today is like about 356 people killed and some people other injured, according to the health ministry run by Hamas in Gaza, and the number might be increased more than 1,000 because there is many people under the rubble. There is no heavy equipment to lift them out of the under the rubble. So there is pressure in order to stop Israel. So it's calm over the last 2 hours, which is a good news, but it should be pressure on Mr. Netanyahu not to carry on.
And of those more than 300 casualties, what do we know about who has been killed in these attacks? We know that there are 2 senior Hamas officials. What about the rest of these many people?
There is one of them is the deputy minister of interior of Hamas government. The other one is a member of the political bureau of Hamas and the head of the emergency commission in Gaza. In addition to that, part of their families, and there is children and women. And so there is many civilians of those in different places, in Khan Yunis, in Rafah, in the north, in the center, so everywhere. And even the evacuation orders by the Israeli army for people to move to Khan Yunis and to Gaza City, that's also alarming, because it means that Israel is going to, the Israeli military is going to carry on attacking. But hopefully, the mediators, hopefully the international community put pressure on Mr. Netanyahu and the hostage families, because there is about 59, 24 alive and 35 are dead bodies, and their families need them back. And this, the lives of people in Gaza, because more than 48,000 people were killed, more than 100,000 were injured, in addition to what happened today. And the pressure on the hospitals are immense. There is witnesses from manager of hospitals saying pressure there because there is not enough medicine, there is not enough equipment. So the lack of medicine and equipment make more injured people dying, so the number will be increasing, and the expectation is more than 1,000, and this will be devastating for the ceasefire, for the stability, for the hope that the ceasefire will see the 3 stages fulfill its terms, and the stability and peace prevail in the area.
Saeed, thank you very much. Saeed Shehata from BBC Arabic.